What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you that are here, I'd say you kind of know what's been going on, what's happened, and the title kind of gives it away a little bit too. But before I get into any of the story, I just wanted to take a minute to thank everyone who helped along this little 25-day journey that we all went on. Everyone who liked, commented, shared, tagged the guys on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, even just watching the video, because that helps the algorithm as well and push the video to more viewers. So huge thank you to everyone who supported me along the way, and consistently too. It was overwhelming the amount of support that came from you guys day after day, and I honestly didn't expect it. After 5 days of going at it, I expected some people to fall off and maybe a few to stick around, but a large majority stuck around for every video. So I really do appreciate that, guys. But yeah, getting right into the story. So basically, Friday, August 26th was their show day here in Calgary. And a buddy and I went and we lined up at 5 a.m. for 6 p.m. doors, which, yeah, a little crazy, but we were 11th and 12th in line. So some people had camped out overnight. Very nice people, and they started a number system, which worked out really well. For those of you who've been to shows, I'm sure you've had the Sharpie on your hand number system as well. It's kind of just a thing that Greta Van Fleet fans do, which I found out at my first show. So very cool. And we at around 6 we got to see the gear trucks all come in and bring in the gear and see them unload. There were probably 8 or 9 trucks. It was just incredible to see it all. So we waited in line all day, and we lined up, and I had a sign that I had made because obviously the videos didn't seem to have worked, which was, what everyone thought. So I made a sign and would plan to get barricade with my buddy, so that we could maybe get the guys to see the sign. And on it said, please can I come play Weight of Dreams with you guys for my 21st birthday, something along those lines. And it took multiple hours to get the sign together, but yeah, had that prepared. And we spent the whole day waiting, and we finally get let in. And so we go in, and there's a bit of a delay getting down to the actual floor because my ticket didn't end up working, which was wild to me. I was not the happiest, but we got through it. My buddy saved me a spot at the barricade, and guest services was very good about it, pushed me through, and basically said they didn't know what was wrong with it. So that should have been hint number 1, but it wasn't. So we get there, we're watching Hannah Wickland. Amazing performance, absolutely incredible player and singer, and the 3-piece band just absolutely killed it. So really good show. And at the end of the show, the Hannah Wickland act, I get a call, basically from an unknown number, and I'm thinking, it's a scammer, because they always call private or unknown or you name it, right? So I totally thought it was a scam, but somebody who I was talking to next to me had recognized me from YouTube, and we were talking it up, and he said, dude, answer it. It could be a record deal. So I answered it, and it turned out it was someone from the Greta Van Fleet team, and for purposes of keeping them kind of anonymous, we'll call her Jen. And Jen basically said, hi, is this Dylan? And I go, yeah, that's me. And they said, hi, I'm Jen from Greta Van Fleet's management team, and you've won a signed poster, so come meet me back at this section, and I'll take you to get it. So I'm like, okay, that's sick. So I go and meet her, and then we go backstage, and through all the security and everything. It was crazy, the amount of security backstage. But yeah, don't try and get backstage if you're not allowed, because I'll tell you, you're not gonna be successful. But yeah, very nice people. And so we go back in, and we get into a room with a picture of Greta Van Fleet on it, and it's seemed to be their warm-up room. And so inside it was a drum kit, bass guitar, an amp, a guitar and an amp, and a keyboard. And so I just sat down on the couch, and Jen had said that she'll be back in 5 minutes with the poster, and that I could just talk with the photographer, Anna. And I'm sure some of you know Anna based on, because the guys tag her from time to time, for a little bit, and, you know, talk to Anna, and very, very nice person as well. And then 5 minutes later, there's a knock at the door, and I thought it was just Jen coming back with the poster. But all four guys walked into the room. And I think Danny led them, which was pretty cool. So it was like, whoa. So I kind of just out of reaction said, "What's up, Danny? What's up, guys?" And, you know, got up, went to shake their hands, and they went in for the hug. So all of them hugged me. It was really nice, like really, really nice guys. And yeah, they got talking. I had to ask, right? I'm like, "So did you guys see the videos or what?" And it's like, "Yeah, we saw all of them." And Jen was saying after the fact that it was Jake who initially saw them and contacted the team and was like, "Hey, we should make this happen." And everyone was on board with it. So that was super, super cool to hear about. And, you know, nothing but kind words out of all of them. And it was just surreal. So we get talking, we're talking about music, and then they're like, "You want to take a shot of tequila with us?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." So we took a shot of tequila, and of course, them being seasoned rock and rollers, they took it no problem, not even a face. And I was that was my first shot of tequila, and I didn't take it so elegantly, but it was worth it. It was a lot of fun. And then they went on to ask if I'm in a band, and of course, I'm going to have to plug here. If you guys don't know already, I'm in a band now. Our name is King Informal, and we've got our first EP coming out within the next month and a half. So follow us on Instagram, King Informal. I'll leave it linked down below. But they asked about my band, and I started showing them the stuff, and I played them a little bit of our sample, and they were loving it. And, you know, genuinely engaged in what was going on, and asking, "Is that your guitar there? What kind of guitar is that? Is that a Strat?" And no, it's a Les Paul. And, "Oh, is there keyboards there?" And it was equal input from all of them, which was super, super cool. So we got done that, and I asked them if they wanted to jam, because all the instruments are set up. So I'm like, why not, right? And they were all for it. And so I hopped on the guitar, Danny hopped on the drums, and Sammy hopped on the bass, and we got jamming. And, you know, I threw down a riff, and they picked it up right away, like that. It was crazy, like just jamming with them like we'd been playing together for a while. Yeah, and the jam session went well. We played through kind of that riff I threw down at first, and then we went into Weight of Dreams. I started playing that, and Danny had previously mentioned how good my tone was in the videos. And as soon as I started playing that, he was like, "Yeah, there's that tone I was talking about." And it was really, really cool to hear that come from Danny, because as we all know from the recent interview, he started off as a guitar player and learned drums to play Greta Van Fleet. So fun fact, if you didn't know that already. But yeah, we jammed Weight of Dreams, and Josh kind of sang a little bit, but not too much, because obviously he had a show to sing. But it was just surreal to be able to share that musical experience with them too. So that kind of took about 15 minutes for all of that to happen. And again, it was, you know, they touched on even the Highway Tune cover where I did vocals. And again, Danny had said that I asked them if they'd seen it, and Josh jokingly said, "No, we haven't seen that one." And Danny said we did see it, and that it was so similar to the original that it was scary. And I'm pretty sure that was word for word what came out of his mouth. And it was just like, wow, like to hear that come from them was just really, really left me speechless. So yeah, overall class act, and really nice guys. And I hope that moving forward, there'll be hopefully a working relationship with those guys, because it seemed like they were just as excited to be talking to me and learning about my music as I was to be in the same room as them. It was like a mutual feeling between both of us. And I don't mean to say this to kind of like boast or anything. It's just kind of an observation that I noticed, that I really didn't expect from the guys. I expected them to be, you know, more kind of reserved, but they were full on asking a lot of questions and genuinely interested in all this stuff. So a big part of me, it could be the optimist, but the optimist also saw this, wanted this to happen. And the optimist in me now is telling me that someday we may be reunited again. I can't say too much right now, just because it's still so early on, and the band I'm in hasn't released yet. But I don't know. The future is bright, and I feel like big things are on the way, and I'm just so grateful for all of you guys and for the band and their team for making everything come together, and in such a surprising way too. Like it was just unbelievable how well planned out it was, just like everything else they do. But you know, even down to, and this goes back to my ticket not working at the beginning. Jen had said that, you know, it would have been a bigger surprise if guest services hadn't pushed you through like they did, because it was them who canceled my ticket to try and get me backstage earlier. But guest services was very good, and they're like, okay, you were here at 5 a.m., we'll just get you through. And so it would have, you know, it was all planned out down to the ticket master. So it's very, very humbling, and I'm very grateful. So thank you again to all of you guys. That kind of sums up the story. I know there are probably little details that here and there I kind of missed, but that's kind of the gist of the story. And the overall takeaway is they're, you know, really genuinely nice guys, and, you know, their whole team is amazing, and the experience was just overall incredible. So, and what a 21st birthday gift too. I mean, I can't, I have no words, right? So, yeah, that kind of sums up the story. And then I went out and watched the show. It was an incredible show. They put on a huge performance, like pyro and amazing. Like everyone was amazing, everyone. And for those of you who follow me on Instagram, right before they went on for Weight of Dreams, Josh dedicated the song to me, because that's what we had been jamming backstage and kind of what I had on the sign. So that was really cool too. The video's on my Instagram if you want to check it out. That's also going to be linked down below, because that was totally, I didn't expect it either. So yeah, it was a surreal night, and I'm constantly thinking about it, and forever grateful for you guys for helping make this happen. And, you know, here's to many more amazing experiences such as that moving forward, because this is only the beginning. And, you know, I've kind of been exposed now to what it's like. So and I'm now in a band, and we're working, and we're getting stuff together. So I'm very excited and very optimistic for our future, and forever grateful for you guys that are here so early on, because it's going to be a wild journey ahead of us. So thank you again to all of you guys for sticking around and, you know, keeping faith. And until the next video, keep on rocking, guys.